Hello everyone, my name is Sark and welcome back to another Marvel Legends action figure review. In today's video we're going to be taking a look at the one and only Marrow from X-Men and the Nemesis, the Build-A-Figure Nemesis line, of course. I have no idea who this character is. I'm telling you, just first and foremost, I have no idea who Marrow is, but I like the design, and a lot of times that's really just what gets me. The design of characters just looks really cool, and I really want it. And this time around, it's actually a worthwhile figure because I really do want Nemesis as well. So I thought it was just a cool thing. So we've already taken a look at Cyclops, we've taken a look at Gambit, we've taken a look at Fabian Cortez, we're taking a look at Marrow. Next, we're going to be taking a look at Marvel's Husk. And last but not least, Nightcrawler, when I can actually get him, so it might be a while. So yeah, without further ado, let's take this gal out and see how she looks. Alright, so here we have Marrow herself, and I gotta say, she looks darn nice. I'm not gonna lie to you. Why is everything falling? God damn it. But no, she looks really freaking nice. I love the way that she looks. She has a nice butt too. Look at that. But yeah, no, she looks great in terms of her aesthetic. It looks beautiful, or she looks beautiful. The face looks really well done, by the way. The hair, I love the hair. Love the short hair, but she looks really nice. The lips are really well made. The eyes are really well made. The shading on the face, very well made. The painting on the figure is actually pretty good as well. Let me move a couple of things around. The painting on the figure is actually really done really well, which is unusual for Marvel Legends. Well, quote-unquote, well. You can see that there is some shadowing or some dry brushing on the actual knees right here. There's some on the waist, or around the waist, or below the chest. And then the bone over here on the back. But they didn't paint the back, of course. So there's no paint on the back whatsoever, which definitely sucks. There is paint for the bones here because it's her spine and everything. But yeah, she still looks really good no matter what. Now, there is a bit of confusion because of some of the poses that they used to advertise this figure. She doesn't have an abdomen crunch or abdomen hinge whatsoever. Although they definitely could have added one because she has like the perfect body type or the perfect way to kind of hide it and make it really good. But they didn't, which really sucks because that does hinder articulation and it does look like she's not standing straight most of the time because this is pushed out very far, or the back or the butt is pushed out very far backwards. So yeah. Now in terms of articulation, this is your standard articulation for any female Marvel Legends. You can look up that far with the hinge, looking down pretty far as well, which is really a good thing about the hinges, but you cannot look, well, you can look well side to side, of course, but you cannot pivot, which really sucks. And of course, no neck articulation, so that's just going to make it less articulated. A little bit better than a T-pose for the figure. You can rotate 360 degrees if you wanted to, or if you could, because of the bones in the back. Make sure to not break those. You do have a bicep swivel, which is really nice. Double jointed elbow, which works well enough, and it actually looks pretty nice because the female action figures do have a pretty nice elbow joint. And of course, we have a hinge wrist going forward and backwards with a swivel. Now, for the diaphragm, you can move forward backwards this far, which is insane. That's pretty much breaking her back right there. But not so much forward. Like, yeah. Like, you want to see the regular one? This is how she's supposed to pretty much go in. So this is her. Yeah, not much. Again, no ab crunch whatsoever. Legs do split pretty well, which is really nice. That's very good. Kicking forward, actually not bad. The female figures do have better range in terms of kicking forward, just slightly than some of the male action figures. Every now and then. It's not a for sure thing that's going to happen, but it works well here. Thigh swivel, double jointed knee, which works really well because it's covered by the bone marrow here. And then going forward with the foot this far, backwards this far, and that's pretty much it. So overall, this figure does have your standard female action figure, Marvel Legends action figure articulation, which is a bad thing, realistically, because it feels like they're trying to cheap out and not use the newer body mold for a bunch of these figures, or they probably already had these figures sitting down ready to go, and they're like, oh, wait, we can't really update it with the new one because that would just make us have to restart all over and then fix the engineering, and we already have this and that cut out for the molds, whatever. So I can understand in some aspect, because the body mold that's new, it's not necessarily too, like, it's not old enough to like make it super standard, but they could definitely do it. So it's whatever. Now, in terms of accessories, she doesn't come with much. She does come with her 2 little blades, which are painted on one side, which it's kind of funny. So on one side, they're not painted, which hopefully you can see. They're not painted on the back side, but they are painted on the front side. So that is something about that. And she does have a fist hand and a sort of like karate chop hand, which is really interesting that they chose those as the 2 accessories, or the 2 as the next set of hands to come for this figure itself. And of course, she comes with the arm for Nemesis, but we're not going to take a look at that right now because that's a whole separate figure. This is a Build-A-Figure line, so we're going to take a look at that once I actually finish it. So, leading into my final thoughts, this figure is the definition of okay. So, as a final score, you know what? I'll give it a 6, and here's the reason. I do think that this figure is cool, but they really try to go off with it by actually putting some shading on the bones, but they did lack on it by not putting shading on the back too. I understand that this is probably not going to be the most visible every now and then, and some of the paint job is really kind of sloppy in the torso area. The chest area, you can definitely see the blue kind of mesh with the green, and also at the waist, you can see, again, the blue meshing with the green, which is, it might depend between copy to copy, and that's definitely a bummer. So, also, the lack of accessories. What else is there to say, really? So I think a 6 out of 10 is more than enough. It's a cool figure, to say the least, so if you are a fan of this character, then I would suggest getting her. Because otherwise, I don't know if they're ever going to make another one anytime soon. Maybe like in a couple of years, but I don't think anytime soon. So, yeah, that's pretty much all the time I have for you guys today. Let me know what you guys think about this figure. Do you like it? Do you not like it? I would love to know down in the comments below. But besides that, I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.